Today on Suncoast View, political attack ads are popping up all over with just 6 weeks until the midterm election. But could that happen to city elections if the date is changed? We'll discuss the ballot proposal.
A Suncoast inventor creates a way to get rid of pesky plastic wrap and plastic bags for our food, saving you frustration and saving the environment at the same time. We'll preview this brand new product.
Florida Studio Theater gets ready to open its 45th main stage season. When do you hear about all of the award winners heading to Suncoast stages? All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show. Happy Monday, everybody.
Oh, yes.
Here we go again, but we are thrilled to be doing it again with Rebecca Hopkins, the Florida Studio Theater Managing Director. Great to see you.
Better way to start the week, and the only way you get me up this early.
I know.
I feel the same way.
I saw Rebecca this weekend. We were like ships passing. She and Richard Hopkins were going to one stage, and I was getting ready to go to the improv stage.
That's how I see most people.
Yes.
Well, and that's what's so great about Florida Studio Theater is that there's multiple shows, multiple stages, so much going on at once. And I know we're excited to hear about all that's coming up for this season.
We are excited to do it, we think.
Good.
There's a lot of good stuff
We're ready
coming.
for it.
We have a
We're
great
ready for the
season.
season.
A lot of people are ready. So at the improv show on Saturday, it was funny because I think there was some concern of our tickets selling. Maybe the pre-sale didn't look as good. The place was packed with a great audience, but all around Florida Studio Theater's complex was packed. Like all the parking spots are filling up, and people were going in and out of Art Ovation and the restaurants. Like, season is here. You know?
It's starting to feel that way.
I saw my first Massachusetts license plate this week.
Oh, okay.
I was like, you're early, bud.
Yeah, really. Not even staying for the leaves changing. Well, whatever the reason is, we are glad that everything is bustling in the arts area, of course. And we're going to hear about what's coming up for the FST season in just a little bit. But first, let's see who's in our Rice's Appliance Kitchen today. We welcome a new face, Michael from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Chef, what are we making today?
Today we're going to go over a simple recipe to make our famous crab cakes.
Oh, all right. You're going to divulge some secrets for us?
A little variation of what we do at the store that's actually easier for everybody to prepare at home. So,
Okay, because they put crab in.
Exactly.
That's the whole
Exactly.
secret.
Exactly. Yep.
But the ratio, right? Like, that's the trick.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's chemistry.
And
It is,
not
very
too
much so.
breaded and not too, not all crab cakes are created equal. So we're excited to talk to Chef Michael and hear how Ruth's Chris does it. Well, whether you are a sports fan or not, you had to have a little soft spot in your heart for Tiger Woods this weekend. He has had a rough go, as we know, for the past decade. And he celebrated his first victory in 5 years at the Tour Championship in Atlanta, Georgia. So the 42-year-old looks so happy. This is his 80th PGA Tour win. And as we know, he has fought back from a lot, from the very public marital issues to the back pains to the fighting the, painkillers after the back issues. It's just good to see somebody overcome so much, and it just takes hard work, and he did it.
He did not give up. I think if I'd gone 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I would have probably given up. But he hung in there, and now what a difference it makes.
Yeah, and I know that he had some rough spots in his personal life for sure, but that kind of aside, it's nice to see that when you hit the peak of your profession and then you fall, that you can go back and hit it again, you know?
Well,
I
that
think
you
we can all use that.
And hold your head high.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's been humiliated, self-inflicted, but still quite embarrassing. And then to feel like a lesser athlete because of, physical things, he obviously has a lot of fight in him. And, he's not always been my favorite person because of all the headlines, but I do have a lot of respect for anybody that fights like that.
And I think he took that very seriously when he was humiliated, when he was caught cheating on his wife. I think he took that very seriously, and it really hurt his game. So I think he was a really good person who did something wrong, which almost every good person does.
Absolutely.
We have such a tendency to write people off so quickly, like they've done something bad, they make a mistake, they're dead to us. We don't no longer celebrate them. And so I like the idea that somebody can make good and come back and kind of rebuild from bad mistakes.
Yeah, it was nice to get a news alert on Tiger Woods that was positive.
Absolutely.
Oh, he did something good.
Yeah, absolutely. No. So good for him. We can all certainly appreciate the fight of the human spirit and be happy for him. Hopefully there's more to come. All right, well, it is time for our first hot topic. And November's midterm elections are just a handful of weeks away. One of the issues Sarasota voters will be deciding is whether or not to change the month of city elections. So right now, the city commission races are decided in the spring. A yes vote on the current ballot proposal would change the city elections to coincide with August primaries and the November general election. Those in favor say this makes a ton of sense for voter turnout. Those opposed say putting a nonpartisan city race with the party elections could result in political action committees getting involved, then there's money and attack ads, and it's not friendly for grassroots candidates. Could you see this happening?
Well, it would save taxpayers a lot of money. Holding that separate election costs a lot of money. So I think it would save a lot of money, and I think more voter turnout is a good thing. We need more people to make these decisions.
I do too. I think putting it together makes all the sense in the world just for voter turnout. These city elections have such a abysmal turnout because you hardly even know what date is it, when is it,
Right.
whereas we all know the other elections. And, you know, does it become more political? They've been becoming more political anyway through the last couple of years. So, you know.
And you can't say, well, this might happen or that might happen. I hate all those negative political ads. So I think we've just got to stop voting for those people who have, but then both sides have them. So that's very hard to decide.
The mudslinging has gotten bad, but I'm with both of you. I think the whole idea is it's hard to get people to come out and vote. And whether you think people are lazy or whatever reason you have, the point is that it's hard to get people to come out and vote. And so to throw in a random August date, I'll be honest, I'd like to think I'm pretty in the know because of what we do here, but the August one took me completely by surprise.
It did me too.
I made it out to vote.
And the city ones are like in March or February or some really random time. So even August would be preferred over spring is what the referendum is saying. So I agree. I mean, we talk about voter turnout and the importance of hearing everyone's voice. You know, you got to make it easy for the people. So hopefully it won't turn into a mudsling, but as we've pointed out, things have anyway. Most everything has, sadly, as we know this week. So the 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be in the national spotlight tonight for Monday Night Football. Much of their early success is attributed to backup quarterback Mark Fitzpatrick. So that's garnered him the nickname Fitzmagic. Except he's not the only one who likes that name. Miami Dolphins rookie safety Minka Fitzpatrick says, well, he's known as Fitzmagic too. It has been his nickname since junior high, and he wants to keep it that way. So the Dolphins player filed for a federal trademark of the nickname Fitzmagic. He says it's because he wants to use the name to sell a line of apparel, but that if the Bucs player wants to use it, that's cool. However, it'll cost him. Any thoughts on trademarking a nickname?
I think they better be careful because one bad tweet, one bad Facebook post, that name is dirt.
I think I'm actually in favor of trademarking a nickname because I think it can get very confusing. And if you have kind of earned that, I mean, when I was a kid, there was the refrigerator Perry.
Right,
you know,
exactly. Did he trademark that?
I don't know if he did, but if I all of a sudden was like, oh, I'm Joey the Refrigerator Panic, like that is a challenge.
Oh, that's good, Joe.
No one's going to confuse
we'll call you
us.
Fridge for short.
But you've got two football players who are both going for the same nickname. Someone should take it.
No, it makes perfect sense to me. I mean, I deal in a business that we do stuff like this all the time. Names are identity, and their person is what they have to sell. So it's important that they control this stuff, and it just stops confusion. I mean, Madonna's probably trademarked.
Oh, I'm sure.
And she was battling someone else, someone a little bigger who had that name.
Yeah, listen, if Ryan Fitzpatrick wants to pay to use the name and somebody was smart enough to get it ahead of the time in there, I mean, I don't think you can totally totally blame him for that.
Especially if this guy had it since, what do you say, college or even younger?
Well, you never know what the story is.
But Little League doesn't really count.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I want to keep some of my
First
nicknames
to file
from
the
the league.
paperwork, man.
Yeah.
First to file the paperwork.
I figured that's what we'd say. All right, well, we'll see how he files on the football field tonight as the Bucs try to win. So here's a name we all recognize, Chevy Chase. He revolutionized TV in the 70s as an early star on Saturday Night Live, then went on to rock 80s movies, Caddyshack, National Lampoon's Vacation, Fletch. Even in 2012, he was back on TV in Community. Now, can't get a job. 74-year-old says he's sober. He's ready to work. The problem? Nobody wants to work with him. Bad behavior and burned bridges appear to be coming back to haunt him. Nobody debates he's talented. Does this snubbing surprise you?
No, we do that in everyday life. If somebody's really hard to work with, I know in football that was it. They would talk about, yeah, he's got a great talent, but he's really hard to work with, so let's pass him by.
Your behavior matters. I mean, it really does. I don't care where you work. It's where you spend more time than anywhere else. And so, I mean, it's not one instance. He was terrible to work with. He has that reputation. I have a choice. I'm not going to do it.
Do you run into this? I mean, and you're, so you know someone comes to audition for a show and you know they're amazing. You know they're talented, but you know their reputation. Does that happen?
Never.
There are some, I won't name names, but in the theater community, not here necessarily, but there are some actors that when you look on a cast list, if you're in a show and you're like, oh man, that person's in it, but you know that they're a crowd favorite and you know that they deliver a good performance on stage, they just leave a wake of bodies in their path.
Right, the rehearsals are going to be a nightmare and you're not going to enjoy your time with them.
But that only goes so far. I mean, eventually you have to step up and say, no, we can't do this. You know, you still have to behave like a human being and be respectful to the other people who work with you. And I think we're seeing that in all fields.
Absolutely.
Respect matters.
Exactly. Being good isn't enough.
Yes.
How you behave.
A lot of people are good.
No, I agree. I love it. So snapping the perfect selfie is a key part of any adventure. We'll add to that a renowned tourist spot, the perfect lighting. Sometimes it can be hard to even get a spot to take your pic. So two women ended up exchanging words and eventually blows at the Trevi Fountain in Rome. Hopefully I'm saying that right, as they jockeyed for position for their self-centered shot. Fists are flying, family members are trying to break it up, police finally got involved. Plans are now underway for visitors to walk by on a sidewalk specifically made for the selfie in an orderly fashion.
Really? Talk about bad behavior. I hope they were not Americans and embarrassed the whole country.
They probably are. But you know what? They're probably thrilled because now they're, I mean, we're talking about them here. I mean, that selfie self.
Right. Yes.
So now they've made international news. I mean, that's...
Oh, this is their big moment.
This is
I
their
would
big
think,
moment.
I mean, there's a lot of places like the top of the Sears Tower where you go stand out on the little ledge and everybody takes their selfie. There's a line. Everybody goes one by one and takes their little picture.
I'll be honest, and this might surprise you because I take so many selfies and stuff, but when we went last time to Italy and we toured Pompeii at one point on this whole trip, it was distracting how many cameras were there and you had to watch selfie sticks, and I got to the point where I was like, enough. Like people put down your phones and just look at what you're looking at. Get the picture later.
Sometimes you miss what you're really supposed to. Although in Pompeii, I have to say, I have a selfie.
I do too. But
Why is it like that more in Europe, though? Because I've heard that before from other people, that in Rome and places like that, it's just incredibly crowded and incredibly obsessed with the perfect photo.
I don't know. I mean, if you look at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, I took a picture of all of the people taking the same photo. They get in a certain distance and do this, so it looks like they're holding up the tower.
Oh, that's
so I
so
took a picture of all of them, and it's like, well, everybody has that picture. Why are you now taking that picture too?
I guess to show you've been there.
So you've been there. I mean, people have always taken pictures, but now it's so easy to take pictures that we're documenting every moment of our lives. We're not looking at them. But we are.
Well, and you know what? I think it takes so much longer. I grew up with a dad that took a picture for everything. Fine, but it was on film, so we didn't know if it was good or not.
That's true.
Now, click, oh no, I don't like that one, let's do it again. Click, and so it's taking forever.
That's a good
Do you know what my husband said about Italy? If they'd get rid of some of those old buildings, they could build a nice place.
Spoken only like your husband. So mascots are no doubt a staple at sporting events. Sometimes they provide some of the best entertainment and laughs, and sometimes it's at their own expense. Watch this again. The mascot for the Colorado Buffaloes is shooting the t-shirt cannon. Well, he points it the wrong direction, and it went straight into his, well, you know, groin. So instead of making fans smile, he made himself cry. Here it is.
I will tell you from experience, I have held one of those cannons before, and they go out with a lot of force. And that's going out into the audience, so to imagine
that force coming
range,
at your body.
I don't think we should be laughing at his pain. That's like, whoa,
I hope there was padding.
Harder.
I hope there was padding in that costume.
Just think it's like Three Stooges-esque.
That's exactly what I was
it's okay. We'll laugh a little bit. All right, we're going to check in our mid-morning forecast, and when we come back, a Suncoast inventor helps reinvent a kitchen product. Stay with us.
Plenty of sunshine in today's forecast. We'll look for a little bit of cloud cover to dissipate near the coastline, bringing that sunshine and boosting our temperatures rapidly into the 80s. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, easterly wind flow throughout the day today across the peninsula, but locally we'll develop that little bit of a sea breeze that'll turn our winds to the west, and that will collide with that easterly wind, fire off the showers and thunderstorms in inland areas most particularly, and drive them right across the peninsula into our area. Thunderstorms certainly cannot be ruled out. East wind turns west. Inland storms move to the Gulf waters, west movers all week long, in fact, and warm all week with the influence of that high pressure ridge, the dominant driver of our weather all straight through the week ahead. We'll look for a daytime high that tops out near 91 or 2 degrees. We'll have that 40% chance of storms building inland first, drifting back to the coast, and then as we head into the overnight, relatively quiet period.
It is one of the most annoying and frustrating things in the kitchen. Okay, you're trying to wrap up a sandwich or put leftovers in the refrigerator, and you find yourself in a battle with the plastic wrap. So you end up just throwing it in the trash where it piles up and then eventually clogs up landfills for years to come. So a Suncoast inventor decided there's got to be a better way. Well, we welcome Patrick Lockery, creative director of Half Moon Wax Wraps. Patrick, you are saving my kitchen life here. So you have found a solution to the age-old battle between man and plastic wrap.
I believe so, yeah.
Tell us what it is. This is exciting.
So we make these handmade right here in Sarasota. They are organic cotton with a beeswax coating, so they're naturally antibacterial. The goal is to eliminate the need for single-use plastics in the home. So,
that's good.
Yeah, plastic cling wrap, plastic baggies. We all have a drawer with,
All that stuff.
Yes, we do.
It's hard to picture, though, that we can replace something that's plastic and so easily malleable with something that's cotton. How does it work?
So again, with the beeswax, and then we have a blend of pine resin and jojoba oil as well.
Is this one?
Yes, right here. So we have the cotton, and then it has a little bit of a stickiness to it, so it's
Okay.
So it's a little
self-adhesive.
tacky.
It forms.
Exactly.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It does feel like, sort of like honeycomb.
Exactly.
How are they used? Can you use them the way you would use, plastic wrap?
Absolutely. So, you can use them to, wrap a container, put a top on something. They're airtight.
I love that.
The heat from your hands is actually, the warmth from your hands is going to create that seal. So when you put it on things like this where you just kind of, press it on there and now it's airtight, just like another
and
lid.
plastic wrap would be coming up the other side.
Exactly.
It reminds
and it
me
always
of
tears.
that plastic wrap that you pull and like the cling wrap kind of. But again, so this is not plastic.
Exactly. No plastic at all used in this or the packaging. It's all biodegradable.
And how are you making to replace the baggie per se for my sandwiches for lunch? It looks
Yes.
like you made a little envelope.
Yeah, so we call it the large pocket. I was actually going to do a little presentation with Linda here if you want to give it a
Let's
try.
see how
Okay,
it
yeah,
works.
So
I
here.
want to
There
make
you
sure I
go.
know how that works.
Go ahead and take
so
that
what are we
one.
going to do?
So, okay, very simple. All we're going to do is fold it corner to corner,
Corner to corner, okay.
and then every time you make a fold, just kind of press it down with your hands, create that
Okay.
seal, and then we're going to go with these corners, corner to corner.
Do me a favor,
like a
Patrick.
diaper.
Hold that up for a
Yeah,
second.
absolutely. Okay.
So you're basically kind of making a bandana out of it, like
Exactly,
a kerchief.
exactly. So we have the corner, or
The
the
triangle,
triangle, and then
okay.
corner to corner,
And it sticks to itself.
like
I
so.
love how it sticks to itself.
Absolutely.
Now, what have we got
And then you're
next?
going to fold this end down, just the one
Wow,
piece.
You make a
Yeah.
little
Yep,
pot
so you're
there.
going to pull this apart and then fold this one down.
Oh,
And then again, press it to seal.
yes.
And then there you go. You've got a little pocket right there that you can
Look
slide
at
your
that.
sandwiches or
Hear
anything
the
else.
tacky. I mean, you can tell
Absolutely.
that it's going
Yeah.
to stick.
Absolutely. And once it's in there, you just fold it over. Again, put just the warmth from your hands is going to create that seal, that
And
airtight
that's the
seal.
beeswax that does that?
Exactly,
That's
the beeswax and the
fascinating.
pine
How long
resin.
does it last? I mean,
So one of these, we sell them in sets, so we call it the all set. So you get an 8-inch, a 10-inch, and a 12-inch, a small, medium, and large for all your needs.
Okay.
They last up to 12 months. If they lose a little bit of their tackiness, you can just put it between some parchment paper, take your iron on medium-high heat, and press it for about 30 to 45 seconds.
Oh,
It's
it'll
resealed like
release
new.
the wax.
Exactly.
Okay, what about getting peanut butter on the inside?
That's fine. It's all you. I mean, to clean it, you're just gonna run it under some cool water. If you want to add a little, soap, dish soap,
Mild
not abrasive.
soap,
Exactly.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Just rub it off, and it's good to go.
So when it dries, it will resume being tacky?
Absolutely. And the packaging comes with a little clothesline clip too, so you can kind of let it air dry in the kitchen and Nice
Okay,
and
these
easy.
All right, I
could be
gotta
revolutionary.
ask. So
Oh,
the question,
yes.
obviously, though, is how expensive are they? How hard is it on your wallet compared to buying plastic wrap?
So comparatively, not at all. We have the sets online that you can buy, and actually this week we're running a special for your viewers. If they use the code ABC7 at checkout, you get free shipping on 2 or more sets.
Oh, great.
So again, ABC7 at checkout, free shipping. But again, this is going to last you at least a year, and then when you're done with it, you've got a cotton wrap that you can use for anything, and it's biodegradable. The plastic wrap, it's never going to break down completely. It's going to turn into microplastics.
That is one of the issues, obviously, that's very relevant right now to the Suncoast. I mean, I talk about the inconvenience of plastic wrap, but we've been skipping straws and trying to use less plastic.
Absolutely.
This seems like a great way. And, all right, so you've shown us how we can make a little envelope or a baggie, and then you can cover things with it, and then you've even covered bowls and everything.
And they're pretty.
Exactly. That's the thing, is that, all the ones that we saw on the market, we couldn't find anything local or even made in the United States, so we started to make our own, and then with that, we decided to go the creative route too, so you can be fashionable while you're saving the world, right?
And we're supporting Suncoast inventors, which is always important to me.
And we'll be nicer people if we don't have to work with plastic.
There you go.
that.
All right, well, if you want to learn more about Half Moon wraps and find out where to get them, you can go to the website halfmoondrive.com, and ABC viewers use the code
ABC7.
ABC7, and you can enjoy our Suncoast View discount. Coming up next, we're going to find out all the shows on the way to Florida Studio Theater.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now before it's too late.
I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
The final 2018 Accord clearance is now during our model year-end clearance sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for new Accords, all on clearance this week at your local Honda dealer.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Call to see if you qualify to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan right now. At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. There is no obligation and the book is free. Call or go online right now.
Florida Studio Theater is getting ready to open its 45th season. And what a lineup is on the way. 2 multi-Tony Award winners, an Obie Award-winning playwright, a play fresh off Broadway, and a world premiere. And our guest host, Rebecca Hopkins, is the managing director, and here with all the inside details. Rebecca, we're so glad you can give us the inside scoop. So you and Richard Hopkins, your husband, and also he's managing artistic director.
He's the producing artistic director.
So how did you come up with this season?
Oh, drawing things out of a hat. No. Actually, that's a very hard thing. I mean, we track every play in the English language. We really do throughout the year. And then usually it centers around we get the rights to something we've been after for a long, and it took us a long time. Gentleman's Guide for Love and Murder is that play. play this year.
Ah.
And then we built off of that, and we were very lucky this year. We got the rights at the last minute to several plays we were just so excited to get, although it's making it a very exciting season because it's very challenging. These are big shows.
I have a question. What was it about A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder that made you want it so much? Why was it on your wish list?
Oh, it was on my wish list because I saw it on Broadway. I just was blown away, and I was like, this is such a Sarasota show, and it's an FST show. Okay, with our intimate spaces, to bring this type of musical in, people would just eat it up. It is so funny, and it's a tour de force for one actor who plays all the murder victims.
Oh, wow. That's a challenging role.
Yes, it is a challenge. It was very hard to cast, but we got a great guy coming in for it.
Now, Straight White Men?
Straight White Men.
That sounds like a funny play.
It's about straight white men. Yeah, it is very funny. And again, that is a play I actually saw this summer when it was playing on Broadway. And we went after the rights thinking we'd get them for next season. And we're able to get them for this season.
You do have to bid far ahead,
You bid
right?
far. You're on them sometimes for years.
So you just saw it on Broadway.
I just saw it. And, you know, I went in a little, okay, what is this going to be? You know, it is a wonderful play. It's very funny. It's challenging. It has its challenge, but it's so funny, and it's everybody's Christmas, but put through this lens of, okay, these are straight white men, and this is how they're dealing with the world today and success, and how their white guilt and all those things.
Oh, wow.
But it's still three brothers gone home for Christmas.
So it's funny, but it's
yeah.
All right.
And then Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Now, this one I have not heard about.
Oh, you haven't heard?
Oh, the book is amazing.
Oh my goodness, something out of the world.
I'll get you the
I
book.
was like you. When I was in London, Richard, we were going to see it, and he's like, we have to go see this show. And I'm like, what? The dog? What? And it's a children's book? What are you talking about? This thing blew me away. This is such an important play because it takes you inside the mind of this child, Christopher Boone, who is autistic, and he's solving the mystery of the dog. And it just opens this world. And when you talk about empathy and accepting the others and seeing the world from a different point of view, this play it is amazing.
Oh, what a great season coming up. Oh, how exciting. And of course, on top of all that, there's improv. And for tickets and for more information all about these shows, go to the FloridaStudioTheater.org. Next, we're going to unwind and immerse ourselves in sound therapy.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-871-1644. 800-871-1644.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Welcome back. Sound has been used in many cultures for thousands of years as a tool for healing. Well, sound immersion therapy is believed to impact our mind, our bodies, and our spirit. To help us better understand this is Charlie Logan, Reiki Master from Sylvan Spirit Learning, and Stephen Puste, the Director of Metaphysical Operations at the Cauldrons Corner. Welcome, guys.
Hi, thank you. Just, it's Sylvan Spirit Healing. The Sylvan Learning Center is a different thing.
Oh, yes, yes. See, there's so much to learn. All right, so tell us a little bit, what sound immersion?
So we basically put you in a room with all of these crystal singing bowls, chimes, bells, and then we use those in addition to several drums that we have. I use my voice a lot of toning and singing and different sounds with that. And we just get your whole body and every cell in you to vibrate to the different frequencies to promote relaxation, healing, meditation, all kinds of different things.
So the concept is really to get yourself into a space where you can feel the vibrations of the sound?
Absolutely.
What are some of the benefits to that?
I mean, they're pretty limitless depending on what you want to get out of it. It could just be to have less stress in your life, it could be to get better sleep, it could be to relieve pain, emotional issues. I mean, it really is an open-ended spectrum of things that you can get out of it, depending on what you need and what you want.
And most of the people who walk away from it feel so much better. They've released a lot of blockages or negative, stuck, stagnant energies and become joyous or become just relaxed and get peaceful night's sleep, which is something that a lot of people nowadays suffer from.
I think a lot of us are used to, obviously, the concept of experiencing sound through our ears, but how do we experience sound through the rest of our body?
Well, every one of our atoms in our body, not to get all sciencey on us or anything, but you know, there's the nucleus in the center and then there's the electrons around that really just form this kind of like mushy gel around the center, so we're not actually all that solid as we think we are. So when we vibrate sounds into those cells, then they start to vibrate at those frequencies, and that's when really like deep inner change can take place.
Wow. That's very cool.
Yes.
And every part of the body is actually attuned to different frequencies. So whereas like your root chakra, which is all down towards your feet, is going to resonate with like a C vibration, and then it goes up through there all the way up until you get to your crown chakra and higher vibrations. And so they've proven that by utilizing some of these frequencies, you can actually activate or help to resonate with those certain areas of the body.
Wow. Well, you've brought us what looks like some great examples on how we can see some of this in action, a little taste. Will you show us how it works?
Sure. So the bowls are nice and easy to play, and they're one of the more powerful tools that we have. But if everybody wants to, if you have a mallet near you, you can grab one of those. Or if you want to play, we have the bell on the side, you have the chimes, whatever makes you happy.
Okay.
I like to do a little light strike on the edge, and then you just start gently circling around on the outside.
And that really fills the space.
Oh, you'd be surprised how loud they can get.
I have a question. You mentioned like a C, a different pitch impacts a different part of my body?
It can, yeah. You know, there are different notes that would have effects on your heart. There can be a different frequency that would affect a different organ inside your body, or if you're having trouble with your knees, then a different frequency could help with that.
Well, I know some people may have heard the concept when you go to a casino and the jackpot ding is actually in the key of C because it makes people happy.
Oh,
so I can see.
Yeah.
And some of us may also experience, like, if you do this with a wine glass, you can hear that sound. So how is this similar?
It's hitting a note and creating a frequency in the air that then is vibrating into your ears and into your body. So if it's hitting the right frequency and that's the frequency that you need, then it can do healing as well.
I can feel Linda's in my chest. Now I have a question. Mine seems to be in a totally different key because when I bang mine, it's like a dissonant. Is that okay?
Yeah. So we like harmony. Our ears are naturally attuned to like harmony, but sometimes we need that dissonance. We need the notes to kind of clash a little bit.
Yeah, Linda and I clash.
To create tension, because it's in tension that we grow.
Do you hear
know,
it now?
It's when we're uncomfortable that we get better, and we strive
So
to
how do
fix
you
it.
pick the tones that would help someone with an issue?
There's a lot of science behind that, actually. So, for instance, of course, you see a resonance here. We have a little bit of everything, because when you're doing the sound immersion therapy, you want to touch on everything. And we even have some that vibrate. There's 7 actual main chakras, which are in the front of the body, of course. And then there's a bunch of others. There's actually 6 minor. And then, of course, if you work with any of the Chinese healing systems, there's like 10,000 of them. So we don't get into all that because there's a lot to it. But with this, we focus primarily on the 7 major, and then like one of my bowls over here actually vibrates with what they call the zeal point or ascension point chakra, which is in the back of the neck, right where the spine meets the skull.
Oh, where the tension is.
Correct. Now, each one of the bowls, the other cool thing about that is not only do they vibrate at one frequency, but if I hit it like this, you hear one sound.
Yeah.
But if I stop it and I tap it, it does a different.
Yeah.
Almost
Yes.
all of the healing sounds will do a third, and you can actually make them do 2 noises at once. So you hear that.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it in my hands.
There's also one of the things that happens by accident sometimes, but I also like it, is that if it accidentally kind of scrapes a little bit, that also gives another pitch
nice
in there.
bell.
I don't know if it's coming through to the viewer, but in here it sounds almost like that feeling of when something's landing. You know, like that. Like
It has a resonance in your chest.
One
I
of
mean,
the
you can
things-
really feel it.
One of the great things about the sound is it vibrates at a higher frequency. So anything that's stuck with you that, just the muck and the mire of the day, when we actually play these, and we'll have sometimes 4 to 6 going at a time, as well as the drums and the other things, it literally blasts away all of that other stuff. Like, think about walking on the beach where you first get that nice breeze of saltwater air, and you just start to feel so like everything's just being left behind you. Well, this is a little bit, I don't want to say more forceful because that's the wrong word, but it really blows that stuff away with a little bit of power and higher vibrational energy.
And we even have a drum that actually sounds like the ocean to give that effect
really?
even more.
Wow. This is amazing. All right, so we're just getting a taste of sound immersion, but you can find out more. There is a sound immersion healing experience Wednesday, September 26th at the Cauldrons Corner in Bradenton. For more information, you can go to sylvanspiриthealing.com. All right, coming up next, we will brighten up our homes with accents in white.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do. My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S., and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do. Call us at 1-800-485-6000. That's 1-800-485-6000. Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device. This is an ABC7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Erica Jackson. Today at noon, Bill Cosby will be back in court today for sentencing on his conviction for sexual assault. And a new trial date is expected to be picked today for John Johnchuk, who was arrested back in 2015. Now let's check in with First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi.
Again today, a big ridge of high pressure located just to our north provides us with this easterly wind flow. That's key to the forecast because it takes showers from the other coast and brings them into our area later in the day. Now, there's some slightly drier air that's worked its way in aloft, and that could delay the onset of these showers till probably around 3-4 o'clock this afternoon. In inland areas first, then drifting to the coastline, probably not until around 6 or 7 o'clock. 40% chance of that. Daytime highs will again top out warmer than average, coming in the low 90s today. Should be a relatively quiet overnight.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
The Players Center presents the wild Broadway season opener, Annie, Get Your Gun. There's no business like show business. This slice of magical American musical theater will thrill you with the classic tunes of Irving Berlin. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Annie, Get Your Gun, September 18th through October 7th. Let's go on with the show.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7.
Welcome back. Incorporating white into home decor is a great way to lighten up a room or add some visual interest in a crisp, clean way. Kate Spencer from Tile Outlets of America is here to show us how to create some white space with tile. So we typically think of white kind of, as the kitchen color or the bathroom color, but you're saying that we can spread it around the house.
Let's take it everywhere. Take it outside, take it inside.
Perfect for Florida, for sure.
It's perfect for Florida, and it's a very clean look, so you can take that clean look and still make it fun.
Okay, well, let's start with walls.
Yeah, so walls are a great advantage because you can actually do a feature wall. You can actually show it with a decorative tile as well. So there's a lot of different options that we're going to show you, and I think that there's some really fun ideas that we brought to show you some ideas of what to do. So, this is like a split face. You take a feature wall that you just put a little bit of a stone split face, and it just stands out and pops in that room in a white. Here's a brick. We talked about bricks before, taking a white brick, doing a subway in a kitchen, white cabinets. So you see a lot of those minimalistic looks.
Ooh,
and this is just glass. So you take that white glass and you can really make a room pop.
Oh, I like this design too.
Yeah, this design I featured below here because this is really fun and it has a really cool decorative aspect. I took this picture in Brazil at the show. They were featuring all white walls.
Oh, wow.
And we have some of these examples and we sell some of these tiles here that are really awesome. So you can really keep that dimensional look in a room and make it kind of give you some dimension.
So this is that tile of the wall that I just love.
Yes.
I like the white on white with the pattern. It gives a little visual interest, but yet it's subtle.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Okay, now let's talk about tile on the floor, of course. Okay, the mother in me is like, white? Are you kidding?
Well, we get that all the time, like, you're gonna put white on the floor? Well, you have to clean your floors no matter what.
Yeah, good point. That is
Whether white
true.
or a different color. So you're still gonna have to clean your
nice.
floors. But a white floor in a room really makes it shine. You'll have people that want that whole clean white look, and a polished white is really stunning on a floor, and it really pops.
That's
it
what I
gives you
just
that.
got. I'm so glad you said it's in.
It's in. It's not gone away. And I think look at how clean you look at that all white. You hope you have no children.
Right. That's exactly what I just thought.
Oh, wow.
Maybe my retirement home.
But it still gives a clean look. So
it is. It's beautiful.
It is. It's really, really pretty. And so don't keep white out. You can always do white.
Right.
You can always accent and add things to a
Well,
space.
and it's classic. It is never going to go out of style. So I love that. It's not a trend that's leaving us. All right, I do love white in the bathroom, as many of us have seen over the years.
Yes.
Still lots of good bathroom options?
There is, and I think bathroom is the #1 white space that people think of the most because they always think that's, again, they want that clean space and they think white is that, And so you can keep those looks and lines. Like this picture has a wood floor on the floor, but yet white in the shower. So you don't always necessarily have to have the whole space white, but you can, keep those clean lines that you want and then incorporate, wood into it. You can incorporate glass into it. That's that favorite one you like again, just on the back of a,
that's nice.
sink. So you have options.
It adds depth too, which I love.
And I think that's what's really neat about it. So it's not flat and smooth. You can get that as well, but you're also going to add dimension. And I think those are what really changes the white world for us to be in.
A lot of us have white kitchen cabinets, so show us how we can now work the tile into a kitchen space.
Yeah, so when you go into a kitchen space, again, it's very popular to have white cabinets, and you think, well, gosh, I can't do a white backsplash too. But you can, because sometimes your granites are a different color, like this has more gray granite, and so you can pop in that white gray into that kitchen space. Here is like, white subway throughout, and then they threw that decorative piece in the middle.
I love that.
Which just pops, so I mean, and then the stools are a darker color. So, again, I think it still looks white to me, but it still gives you a little bit of pop of color.
Yeah, that's very warm and inviting.
And again, another white, all cabinets. The floor is in a dark floor, but yet your cabinets are all white and your backsplashes are in a white as well.
It makes it
Sleek
so
and
much
clean.
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It has a very crisp look to it. And then, of course, we love to be outdoors if it ever cools off here in Florida.
I know.
But that's actually a great reason to think about white outside because it is a cool color.
It is a cool color. And white outdoors is a really great complement to our spaces here because we want to be bright. We want to pick up that greenery that's out there. And again, there's so many stone options and porcelain tiles that you can put outside in that white feature, and again, walking on your feet, you have a whole pool deck done in white shell stone. This is,
wow.
It's not hot to walk on.
It's not hot to walk
great.
on, and it really, makes that bright space. To me, white is so bright, and you want to keep that bright space.
You've made us believers.
Well, it really transitions and contrasts nice with the blue pool. It makes the pool see more blue when the white is surrounding.
You pull those colors in. We feature a lot of cool mosaics. We have tons of different mosaics that are in white, and I think you can find lots of different options in shapes and sizes.
All right, white is not boring anymore, so you can work with a designer at Tile Outlets of America to get all these great ideas and get a custom look for your home. You can find them in Tampa, Fort Myers, and of course right here in Sarasota on Cattleman Road or online at tileoutlets.com. We'll be right back.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
It's hard to see when you're outside at night. It's time for the Atomic Beam Sunblast, the new solar-powered light that's super bright. Atomic Beam Sunblast lets you add a light anywhere, and the atomic solar panels charge the built-in lithium-ion battery quickly. Then the 180-degree motion sensor turns on the light when you get near and automatically turns off when you disappear. Look, here's a best-selling outdoor solar light, and here's the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast. Get the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast for only $19.99. But wait, call right now and you can double your order and get a second Sunblast, plus our best-selling Atomic Beam Flashlight. Just pay a separate fee. That's 2 Atomic Beam Sunblasts and the Atomic Beam Flashlight. Call now.
Call 1-800-431-6640. That's 1-800-431-6640. Or visit mysunblast.com. So call 1-800-431-6640. Order now.
Okay, it's the week we've been waiting for. A lot of new premieres coming out right here on ABC. Starts tonight with Dancing with the Stars. If you're not a football fan, there's something else for you to do tonight. It's the show's 27th season. A lot of big names, including football players, NFL defensive guy DeMarcus Ware, skiing champion Daniel Umstead, the show's first ever blind contestant, which I think is really, really cool. Yeah, that's amazing. John Schneider, Dukes of Hazzard, gold medalist Mary Lou Retton. Oh my gosh.
So
I would think, yeah, and I would think she'll have a good leg up.
Pretty good too.
No pun intended. So something fun going on. And then later on at 10 tonight, it is the return of ABC's The Good Doctor. Any show that gets invited back for a second season was obviously a popular one. This, remember, is about a very young surgeon who is a savant but also autistic. So he then has the challenges, of course, dealing with the autism, but also his extreme intelligence and how he uses his extraordinary medical gift to save lives and challenge others' skepticism. My husband watches this show a lot, and he said he's been very taken with that character.
A lot of good buzz about this show.
It is very good. I mean, one of the interesting things about the show is his dealing with emotions, because what gives him a hang-up is the bedside manner.
Right.
And
right.
so how we interact with people when we don't get that bedside manner.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the emotions and how he struggles to do that, even
Right.
though he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the probably most important conversations you could have with someone as a doctor, and then also not being able to, it's interesting, interesting show.
A very interesting concept. So anyway, that's what's coming up. We're going to talk all week about the new things on ABC. That's what you can look forward to tonight. You know what we're looking forward to? The kitchen. We're going to see Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and learn about their crab cakes.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veterans Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device. This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Erica Jackson. Today at noon, President Trump is proposing new limits on green cards and visas. We'll take a look at the proposed rule. And a single lane closure will take place in Sarasota County from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. on Pine Street between State Road 776 to the Sarasota County line, starting tonight through October 5th. Travelers may experience a detour, slow-moving traffic, or temporary delays within the project limits. Now let's check in with John with your first alert weather.
So we're looking at a southeasterly wind flow that switches a little bit more to the west in the afternoon with our sea breeze. That sea breeze will bring 2-foot seas and a light chop. It'll also help pop up a few showers later in the day. About a 40% chance of that after we reach a daytime high in the lower 90s. That daytime high will be followed by a 40% chance of showers closer to the coast as those inland showers move westward.
Call to see if you qualify to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan right now. At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. There is no obligation and the book is free. Call or go online right now.
Mark Zupan, part of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. In my game, movement is everything. I get frustrated when my move is blocked, especially when that guy has no right to be there, even just for a minute. I love a challenge, but I don't like to play this game every day.
A message from the United Spinal Association.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school.
I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Mascara adds depth to the eyes. Lipstick gives the mouth color and definition. And ALS paralyzes the body.
You look great, Mom. Thank you.
Slowly taking away the ability to move and eventually breathe.
Welcome back. We're in Rice's Appliance Kitchen with Chef Michael from Ruth Chris. What are we making, Chef?
Today we're going to make our famous crab cakes.
Oh boy.
Okay. So we have everything already mise en place for us. That's always chef advice for everybody. Before you start cooking, have everything ready so it makes the process a little bit easier.
Very true.
So we have everything ready for us right now.
Okay.
So the first step of what we're going to do is we're going to actually make the sauce that we're going to use to bind the crab together.
Okay. Okay.
So we're going to start with 2 eggs that are in the bowl right there. We're going to scramble those up really quick.
That's a lot of whisk for a little egg.
Yeah, but I hope my husband's watching because he never sees this.
The work you do to make it happen?
No, I
You
never
cook
make it.
So the next step, we're going to start with the mayonnaise. We're going to pour all of that in there.
All of this?
All of the mayonnaise is going to go in there.
This is a lot of mayonnaise. Here we go. Okay.
We're also going to use the Dijon mustard that we have out here as well.
Yeah.
You can also use spicy mustard if you like for another substitute, which gives it a little bit more flavor if you're not a fan of the Grey Poupon.
Okay, we got this in. What's next?
We're going to add a little bit of the blackened spice, about a tablespoon or so. Or you
This?
can, you can add that to taste if you
Is this
like.
a tablespoon?
No, that's not a tablespoon. It's a little bit more than a tablespoon. But just a little pinch. Yeah, about a pinch or so. You can do that to taste if you like.
Okay.
Another good substitute for that as well, if you don't like blackened spice, you can use the crab oil as well. The Old Bay seasoning works really well with that as well.
That's a good idea.
A little bit of salt as well for a little bit of flavor. A little pinch of that as well, about a teaspoon or so.
Okay.
And now we're going to pour in our cracker meal. This is really what's going to hold the crab cakes together right here. So you notice
really
that
fine.
it is really fine, and that's the idea of what we're doing. You don't want a lot of breading. Some places serve, you gotta. It's more of a crab sandwich as opposed to a crab cake. You really want the emphasis to be on the crab and not so much the filling.
Cracker meal.
Cracker meal, yep.
Okay.
You can get that at the local grocery as well. Now, as you see, we have our sauce going. We're going to add a little bit of the parsley as well, maybe a pinch or so of that, about a tablespoon.
A pinch?
Yep.
Or so?
Pinch or so.
Okay.
And now we're going to fold in the crab. Now, this is the backfin crab. You can get this anywhere. You can get this at the grocery store. You can get this at a local seafood market as well. This is backfin crab. You can also use jumbo, colossal, anything that fits your budget, really. We're going to pour all that in. This is 2 pounds. It seems like a lot, but as you see, it's really just a crab cake. There's really nothing else inside of there.
Right.
So you're going to
lots of crab, which
a lot
is
of
what we
crab.
want.
That's what you're going for. So we have all that mixed up.
Man, this is a workout.
It is. It is. It really is.
Oh, it's beginning to smell really good, though.
Excellent. So, fortunately for us today, we have a little trick. We have a scoop with us, which will save us some time, so you're not making them by hand.
All right, that's good.
But if you are at home and you don't have a scoop, feel free to make them into little meatballs or however you feel fit. That'll always work.
You have to use your hands, ladies.
There.
Don't you like how we pass it
I
off
know.
down there?
Yeah.
And
We're having a great Let's stand off to the side.
You want me to hand
There
this
we
to
go.
you?
Now you take it.
I'll slide this over for us.
Okay, you're going to scoop it in?
If you like, I wouldn't mind. I'll put the scoop right here. Let me set this off to the side. Put
So
on
it's
a glove for
interesting, of
myself.
course, because you are a steakhouse, people might not often think to go to you for seafood or for crab cakes, but your crab cakes, everyone
While
loves
you're getting
them.
ready, I'll try
That is
one.
absolutely right, and we do serve these as 2 pieces as an appetizer, 3 pieces as an entree. But especially in this market, we have, we fit all demands of what you're looking for. We have chicken on the menu. We have seafood options such as sea bass. We have everything that can, we have a lot of vegans now. That's very, very popular as well. So normally if you have a guest, a party of 10 or so, and one of the guests happens to be vegan, we will cater that as well. So we like to have variety on the menu. We are known as a steakhouse, and That's obviously what we're famous for, is serving those steaks on those 500-degree plates as well.
Linda, you don't need me.
Oh.
You got it going on.
Oh, you were going to, here, you
No, I just took my gloves off.
Oh, okay.
So is it true that we don't even really need to touch them? I mean, you don't pat them, you just
You
go
can,
ahead and
I mean,
scoop?
depending on how big you like.
Good. Let's see you do it.
You don't got to do them too hard, just a little press on
little
them,
bit.
just a little pack.
That's all.
Now, something that is really important is that you want to make sure that the sheet tray is already pre-oiled or pre-buttered so that they don't stick, and this will also help the crab cakes cook on the bottom as well too.
Oh, that
so it'll start to crisp up a little bit.
Right.
Oh,
All right. Well, I know you have a finished product for it, and we love to see them
do have the
browned
finished
and
product.
gorgeous. So we'll go ahead and get that out as well. But Ruth's Chris
yeah, bring it
Steakhouse,
on.
not just about steak, of course. These are the great crab cakes on the menu, and as Chef Michael mentioned, lots of seafood as well. We have definitely deemed it the perfect special occasion place. Always nice to celebrate. Those look absolutely gorgeous.
So how we finish them at the store, we put a little bit of diced pepper on those, some red and green bell peppers, a little bit of fresh parsley as well.
All right, I love it. What a great way to start the week. It looks gorgeous. Rebecca, thanks for joining us. We're excited about Florida Studio Theater's upcoming season. We'll see you at the theater. Everybody, enjoy your week. Happy Monday. Keep it right here with us and enjoy the Suncoast view.